Hey guys, it's going to do here. I'm back with another video. Now, today, me and my good friend Scott from TEPIS Paranormal are going to be looking through the Ghosts subreddit, and we're going to try and debunk or figure out what is going on with the top ghost Reddit posts. Let's go. Has this image taken inside of the Amityville house ever been debunked? Have you seen this image before? It's quite a famous image.
I haven't.
This image, right? Okay, so this is really quite an interesting image because apparently that boy doesn't live there. So this is supposedly a full capture of an apparition of a boy. If that's not staged,
no, there's definitely a boy there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just whether he was actually there or not.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, I don't have a great understanding of photo development in, I would assume this was the 70s or the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you would essentially scratch a boy's eyes out in a photo during the development stage. Unless they say this is a famous photo and this is one of those photos that has just been photoshopped in recent time, but they're like, oh, look at this old photo.
Yeah, I mean, it's fairly easy to make a photo look old.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
I don't know enough about the inside of the house to actually know if that's like the staircase either. So.
I believe has this taken? Yeah, I believe it is.
Cool.
I believe it is inside, but if this is a recent Photoshop, then I mean you can Photoshop a kid in any room now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that this is legit, for example, if I took a Polaroid photo in a haunted location, and I saw that, I don't quite know what I would do, because there's two things. One, where the fuck has that kid come from? Oh my god, I've caught a ghost in a picture.
Yeah.
But also, I'm there for proof. Do I need any more proof? Or do I just save my own life? Yeah, do I save my own life from certain possession and probably death, and end up joining this child in this house for eternity?
And then you're in the next picture. Yes, not.
Yeah.
If you didn't see the boy at the time as well, at the time the picture was taken.
Yeah.
I think if you saw him there and snapped a picture, it'd be a lot better than if you took a picture and that was in it afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely, because you'd think, oh, there's just a kid running about here. Or, I've seen... Yeah, it's difficult. But if that... Imagine the picture, yeah, imagine I'm at the Amityville house doing an exploration, and I'm stood at this banister like, oh yeah, Maya, take a picture of me next to these two doors, and then this develops, and there's just that next to me. I think I'd jump off the fucking the banister down as fast as I could. That is a horrifying image.
Yeah, I think that would be a good response to that, because
Yeah.
I think I'd be running.
Yeah. Oh,
I think I'd be ending my stay at that point.
Yeah, I think I'd throw up straight up.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Right, so on to the next one. What we got? So, faceless person looking out at me before I went to work. Thought it might be some furniture or something, but I went up there and it was an empty hallway. These always interest me a lot, because in a lot of ghost, especially on YouTube, in a lot of ghost hunting videos, you tend to see shadow figures at windows and stuff. Now, the obvious thing is, oh, they've had another guy with them this whole time, and they've, got him up at the window. But then I think to myself, I mean, this building isn't too bad. I mean, it just looks like a block of flats. But in some of the, like, haunted, abandoned, massive places where you'd have to walk for, like, 5-10 minutes inside alone to get to these locations, I just think you have to have an absolute psychopath with you to stage that. Because I wouldn't go up by myself to go stand in a window ominously for a video. Do you know what I mean? Because you'd have to go through.
In this building, it's not too bad, like you say. But if it's something like an abandoned asylum,
yeah,
especially in those where it seems to always be kids as well, sending a 10-year-old into an abandoned asylum to just stand in the dark for an hour while you walk around,
I mean, when you were
You've
10,
got to
would
have
you
it.
do that?
I wouldn't
I'd
do that
shit
now.
myself. No, exactly. So it's like yeah, I think that does lend some for
Yeah.
sure. But what's this? Faceless person looking out at me. Now, I mean, obviously they've stopped to take the picture, so yeah, must be looking out. But that could just be I mean, I can't really make out anything, any
Yeah,
characteristics. But it could
there's
just
no
be
theme to it.
it could just be a nosy neighbour though. But then you think it'd be in the window
Yeah.
of the apartments.
I mean, I guess that's the staircase, so there must be a little banister where it's standing.
Yeah, yeah, because there's probably some stairs come down here, then loop round.
Yeah.
So this is it. I mean, this could be. I feel horrible saying this could be easily rigged because it could be very very easily rigged.
Yeah.
But do you give them a benefit of the doubt of they've literally just seen this and thought, what the fuck? But then when was this picture taken? I mean, it's been uploaded 3 days ago, but could this have been around Halloween, or maybe it's a leftover Halloween decoration? There are many potential explanations.
Yeah, there's far too much that it could be, I think, to go straight to ghost. It could just be someone that lives there looking out the window.
Yeah, and it looks like quite a new building. Not that ghosts can't potentially be in new buildings because you don't know what's built on, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's too many sort of possible options for what it could be before we get to ghost.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, what we got next? What's FIL? Do we know? My FIL's...
Father-in-law?
Father-in-law. Sent this picture taken in an abandoned office block. Zoom in under the green exit sign to see if you can see it before swiping for the cropped version. Where is the green exit sign?
I mean, firstly, this looks like the sort of place you would be.
Yeah, this is most definitely the sort of place I would be. Oh! Can you see the face?
I can't, no.
We're having some technical issues, guys, so what I'm going to do, you can all see it on screen. What do we think of that? Hang on, I'm going to send you a picture via WhatsApp. So that's what we're looking at. I mean, that's odd. But where is that coming from?
I mean, yeah, that's not ideal.
That's horrendous, if that's real. I'm just trying to work out, under that fire exit sign, is that like it must be a corridor? Or a doorway?
Yeah, I guess.
Or is that face just in front of a piece of wood behind a broken wall?
It does almost look like it could be printed out.
Yeah.
Just the texture of it, like.
It's almost like on this wall there's a poster or the person, and then that is the reflection on the other side.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, so that guy could be in there. I mean, it almost looks like some sort of Michael Myers type mask.
Yeah, it almost looks like a stereotypical sort of horror image. I think it's almost too perfect.
Yes, but also, why doesn't the body continue down here? It's almost as if he's tried this on this bit here, where it would make sense for it to be.
Yeah.
But you can't see it.
Worked.
Yeah, so he's put it against a dark background. Is there a possible chance that your father-in-law can go back? I feel like he sees this again in the same spot as actually there. To me, looks like a big old poster or even a cardboard cutout. Oh, apparently he must be a security guard or something because it's part of his job to go in there.
See, I wouldn't like that job.
No, absolutely not.
I feel like by the first couple of times you've gone in there and seen stuff like that, by the time you get to the end, it's going to be
horrendous.
Yeah, you're going to be like not looking forward to going to work.
No, I couldn't. You couldn't pay me, man. Like, especially because some of these, haunted or abandoned locations, they have on-site security. And imagine, like, someone goes there to explore it or whatever, trips an alarm or something. It's then your job to go in there. And you probably and it's probably like, you start your shift at like 6 p.m. and you do a 6 till 6. And it's like, oh, you need to go do your rounds at 9 and do your rounds at midnight, go round and do regular checks of these horrendous buildings.
And like you say, at 3 a.m. an alarm goes off in one of the buildings.
Yeah, and it's like, oh.
And you've got to just look at that and go, well, I've got to go in there now.
Yeah, that's my job.
And on the off chance it isn't someone that's broken in.
Yeah. Oh, man. Horrendous. Right, next one. We've got museum entity possibly caught on security camera footage. Is that... Can you see this mass here?
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
Replay the video. So... Yeah. That seems rather abrupt, doesn't it? And it's clearly in a case.
Yeah.
So how do you... There's no way to fake that, is there? I mean, you could say, oh, there's a wire somewhere, or...
Yeah,
but...
I think wire would be the only way I could think of. That, or there was like a shake or some sort of slight earthquake.
Yeah. Because also, I mean...
But then I'm sure other things would have fallen.
Yeah, very true. Like, okay, let's say you want some publicity. You want some more people coming to your museum. Would you? I mean, I don't know how old these artifacts are, but they're in a museum, so I can't imagine that they are something that you would happily risk breaking, pulling off a stunt like this.
No, I mean, like you say, that falls quite aggressively.
Yeah, it's like it's lifted up and then like almost thrown to the side. I wouldn't, other than going with the paranormal, I wouldn't be able to explain that. I don't think.
Like, if you look at it closely, it does look like it jumps up, like you say,
it goes
before
like,
it falls.
Look at it one more time. It goes like, boop. It jumps up and then falls to the left. Here and boom. Yeah, that's very odd. Because it's clearly sat in something for it to need to come up and then out.
It's not just standing. It does, like we say, it lifts and then moves.
Yeah, so that means there even less chance of it being like wires and things, because if they pulled it to the side, the base would also pull away to the side. I would say so far that's probably that, and maybe the famous boy picture, if that is the true origin picture. Though that is the best evidence we have so far of something inexplainable. Very hard to explain. What do you think of this footage? It was recorded from my doorbell camera. What we got? Yeah. Okay. I've said. Okay. Could you see that?
Yep.
Yeah. So a shadow kind of figure runs across. I've done a Ring doorbell video before. I think I've done 2 actually, and you get this a lot. Now, I mean, so with these kind of cameras, they are great, and they do catch a lot. But the first thing you got to say, this could easily be a camera glitch. Like, this could be a person running, on a night run. Because it's weird. It starts out black and white because it is a dark night, and then it switches to colour, which is quite strange. It could have just, and it is quite far away. It'll trigger. It's clearly triggered because of this car going past here. That's
and
why
this
the
is just caught at the end.
Yeah. So I think, I think it's just not picked up, registered the person, because he's zoomed in here. So when you see. Like, this is the actual footage. It's really far away. Like, for going from experience, my camera is facing a road where there is that far away, and it would not pick up, or it wouldn't trigger for someone walking the other side of the road. It will trigger if a car drives past. So it's obviously triggered for the car, and I believe not registered.
Yeah.
This man.
So I think possibly as well the camera doesn't have the sort of frames per second to get a person running past at that distance, like you're saying.
Yeah.
And so all we see is sort of very brief chunks of the person, which looks in that case like a sort of smoggy mist.
Yeah, because unless there are just loads of shadow figures running around all over the world, this happens a lot, specifically on doorbell cameras.
Yeah, it's never CCTV cameras. It is always the doorbell ones.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel comfortable, and I'm not just saying it to comfort myself because I own one, and if I saw this, I'd need that explanation. But yeah, I feel like that is the thing. There's a great Ring doorbell camera footage of this. It just looks like a pair of legs walking down the road. I think I had it in one of my videos, and it's just like, I really hope that is just the camera accidentally cropping the top half of this man out. So there we go, guys. That's all we've got time for today, but there will be a part 2 of this Ghost Reddit with TEPIS Paranormal. So if you're enjoying it, please hit that like button. Go subscribe to Scott as well. It'll be linked down below. Subscribe to me if you haven't already. I will see you again very, very soon. Sweet one, guys.